Hey Aquarius, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is going to be our daily reading for Friday, February 19th. At the heart of your reading, we have the Queen of Swords reversed. This is looking at a situation and not being able to see 5 moves ahead. You're like, well, I can't tell where this leads. Which can be off-putting for an Aquarian. Your challenge is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and Justice. Yeah, if you're meant to maintain the balance of a situation, but you're not able to draw from a position of strength, yeah, I'm getting that Queen of Pentacles reversed, like, well, the resources that I usually use, the tools in my toolkit that I use to make sure that a situation ends up fair and balanced, it aren't available to me right now, because when I look at the situation, I only see the surface. And I'm not getting that anything's being withheld. It's just like you're not able to make heads or tails of it. Okay. The surface definition or the surface explanation is making sense to you. What you're missing is the typical Aquarian ability to reason beyond that, to read between the lines, to understand what's not being said. And there's something missing in that regard that that has you feeling like you're not able to operate from your greatest strength. The reason why it has to do with feeling grounded. Like, this is what grounds me to my truth. This is what grounds me to reality. This is what makes me feel stable when I interact with my environment. And that's what I think about the ability to see through a facade or read between the lines. It makes you feel safe. It makes you feel grounded. It makes you feel like you understand what's happening. And without that ability, or in this instance, it's frustrating. Your focus is the Empress. I don't think you're struggling throughout this. I'm very curious to see what the situation is all about, what comes out in the rest of the reading. Because we're really on like you, and the only indication outside of you is there must be balance. The greater good. I'm getting the greater good off of Justice. Okay, the Empress is about rising into your potential and bringing forth whatever you are meant to create in this world. And that's what you're focused on. You're doing it. You're either doing it or you're planning for it. You're figuring out how to do it. In the recent past, we have the 9 of Wands, 4 of Cups reversed, and 2 of Cups. This strongly indicates a relationship. If this isn't about a relationship for you, then it's a strong emotional commitment, a decision that your heart is behind. The 9 of Wands is, I want to see this through until the end. I want to be able to commit to this, and I will consider it my obligation to complete this task. And then the 4 of Cups alludes to a period prior when you weren't ready to make that commitment. When it didn't interest you, or for whatever reason, the opportunity would present itself and you'd decline. more on the Empress. What are we creating? It's something spiritual. The moon. I mean, no surprise. If you watched yesterday's reading, we went into pretty spiritual territory. In a 3D sense, you might be creating some sort of spiritual tool or spiritual business, a spiritual practice for yourself. For some of you, who the spiritual side of things isn't resonating as much, the moon is also about unknowns, the deep subconscious. So this might have something to do with the field of psychology or researching mysteries. Oh, creative. You might be writing mysteries. Yeah, I'm getting a strong, like, authorship vibe here. Some of you, I think a few of you are probably writing a book. The energy of the environment, we have the Emperor reversed. Now we have the yin and the yang. A divine pair, Emperor and Empress. Okay, so you either have a divine masculine in your environment affecting this situation. Yeah, if we're talking about divine feminine, divine masculine, they are taking a backseat to what you are doing with that reversal of the Emperor. They're not coming at you. There's no forward movement there in your environment. They're just hanging back. It's like you're on a journey of self-exploration here, or unrelated to them, it feels like. If we're talking about them specifically in all of the areas here, then you're not able to figure out what's going on with them. You're unsure whether you're able to provide the sort of environment that they would find nurturing. You'd like to bring some sort of balance to the situation, whether that be a balance and resolution and ending, or balance and union and moving forward together. The imbalance makes you feel off. Achieving balance is a challenge. But here you are bringing something into the world the likes of which has never been seen before. And I don't feel like that's directly involving anyone else. I feel like that's you. Let's move on. More to come in the rest of the reading. Let's see your near future. How does the story unfold? Well, Ace of Pentacles. What do we have here? A new opportunity. Something tangible that you can grow into the life that you want. Well, the other pentacle that we have so far on the board is the Queen of Pentacles, who is unsure of using her resources. So, you might come up with a new, inspired idea of how to use the resources you already have, or this could be a brand new opportunity presenting itself. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles. Is this an opportunity to see more clearly? The World in reverse. It's an opportunity to end a cycle, to close out a chapter. Here we go. I'm asking, like, how many chapters are there to end? I feel like we're constantly ending chapters. The surprise energy is the Magician. Well, does it come as a surprise to Aquarius that something that you've manifested is going to arrive? Because I feel like this is something that you've asked for. Something that you've wanted. You've manifested this opportunity. It might show up in a surprising package. Hopes and fears, we have the Eight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Wands reversed. What you're really worried about more than anything else is receiving communication from someone that they just don't want you, that they just aren't attracted to you. They have no desire to pursue you. Be careful, that's reading as very strong fear. So I haven't had to caution Aquarius regarding fears in a while, but one of the reasons I use that position in the spread is to offer Spirit an opportunity to shine a spotlight on fear so that we can bring it to our awareness and not run the risk, or not run as big a risk of projecting fear onto the situation, because, as you know, if you manifest from a place of fear, you run the risk of creating what you're afraid of. And if that's resonating with you, anytime you find yourself thinking those sorts of thoughts, try to go into meditation, clear your mind, allow the thought to leave, and replace it with a different thought. Perhaps a thought of gratitude about something that makes your heart light up. Let's see. The end result, Seven of Cups, many options. Out of one option, you get many. The seed that you plant is going to be, have exponential growth, which can get confusing. Because I keep getting, for Aquarians, things are really going to open up in a big way, that like a myriad of opportunities are about to present themselves. That could be the surprising element of our manifestation. It's like, you guys don't even know where this is going to lead. I am getting a bit of overwhelm feeling from this. Not so much confusion, more like overwhelming. And not necessarily only in a bad way. It's going to be overwhelming in a positive way as well. But I just get the sense it's going to be a lot. Yeah, they're saying we might feel exhausted just from like the emotional connection to assessing these possibilities and pursuing them and deciding what to do next. It's going to be an exciting time, but it's also going to be exhausting. show me advice for Aquarius. How can we work with these energies for our highest and best good? Ten of Swords. There's something that needs, whatever needs to be wrapped up with the old cycle. We're still tying up some loose ends, releasing some things. Gosh, I want to try and bring this full circle, and I'm not still making the connection between the whole divine feminine, divine masculine story with this seemingly separate like divine mission to birth something into the world. When I check back in on this energy, looking over everything, I'm still getting the sense that this divine masculine energy is on the sidelines. Now, we might be talking, because we all have masculine feminine energies within us, we might be talking about bringing that into balance. Okay, well, yeah, they're saying you just said balance, and it's right here as the challenge. So, I see. Your inner feminine is strong and powerful, and you're operating from that perspective. The reason why you're not seeing is because you're operating from your inner feminine, and Spirit wants you to operate from your inner masculine. That's actually something that I have more work to do on, so I don't have a lot of advice to offer you, but what I know, or what I should say, my understanding thus far about those energies and how they differ is that the feminine receives and attracts, and the masculine is an outward directed energy. It goes out, it conquers, it claims, it achieves. It's very outwardly directed, where the queen and the empress are inwardly directed, drawing opportunities to them, drawing resources, drawing understanding and knowledge to them. So, if that understanding bears any relevance to this situation, which I have to assume that it may, because they're giving me the card to read it for you based on what I know in this moment, is that inherent in this advice would be to let go of always operating from the attracting things to you, and bring into a better balance and incorporate you going out and getting what you want, you acting outwardly to the world, claiming, conquering, achieving. So that's what I have for you. Thanks for watching today, Aquarius. I hope this helped. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.